Hi, today I wanted to go over a method that I like to use to work with children on shoe tying. The method that I use is called a backwards chaining technique for shoe tying. And what that means is you are going to encourage the child to do the very last step in a way that they are successful. The advantages to this method are that it uses a natural environment. So, in other words, it's part of their day, it's part of the routine. You would work on shoe tying if the shoe became untied at school. You could use this method to start teaching a child how to tie their shoes. Or when a child is putting the shoes on in the morning and you are having to tie the shoes for them, you're going to stop at the last step and encourage them with either physical or verbal prompts to perform the very last step. Now, some advantages to this method, it takes no additional time out of the day to work on it because when you're working on it, the child needs to have their shoe tied anyway, um, either because it's become untied or because they've just put their shoes on. It's also a really good method because the child is always successful and the child always gets praised. And kids usually don't mind learning to tie their shoes this way. It doesn't prompt negative behaviors from frustration. And that is huge, depending on a child's development. Some children are more sensitive to criticism. They tend to avoid tasks that are hard. Some kids try to avoid tasks that involve multiple steps because it's easy to get them confused. Those are the reasons that I like to use that method. And I also use some shaping techniques as part of that. So, in other words, if you go to do the last step with the child and they can't quite do it, you're going to encourage them to at least put their hands close to the laces, encourage them just to bend down and touch the shoelaces as you finish tying them. And that would be called using shaping techniques. And then gradually, what you would do is as they got used to bending down and touching it, then you would help them show them how to grasp it and pull, that type of method. So I'm going to actually show you because a picture is worth 1,000 words. And if you haven't seen what I'm talking about, it can sound kind of like mumbo jumbo as far as what I just said. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and turn the camera to face my leg and my shoe, and I would show you what you would do as far as this technique. So I'm going to turn the camera. It's going to be a little tough here for a minute until we get it in view. And so your child has just put the shoe on and you're going to have to help tie it because they don't know how to tie their shoe yet. So you're going to do these steps. You're going to cross laces, bring this up. We're going to bring it this way. And then when we get to the last step, we're going to, you are going to do the laces and poke the lace through. And what you're going to do is encourage the child to pinch with their fingers, take hold of those loops, and pull. Now, if that's too hard, what you would do is maybe encourage your child at the time that you are getting ready to pull it through. Encourage them to lean down, encourage them to touch the laces, and your fingers might have to actually grasp the laces and pull it tight for the first maybe 4 or 5 times because they're just getting used to the idea that they participate in this. And so we're not going to expect a lot at the very beginning, okay? But maybe after a week, after you have done most of the steps, and you're encouraging them, and they will now automatically reach down and grasp the laces and pull it tight. The other thing you do is when they pull it tight and they complete that last step, you're going to give lots of praise. Good job. Great job. Oh, wow. I am so proud of you. And by using that happy vocal inflection to your voice, it can be very rewarding for kids. Not just the words, but the fact that you're excited and happy about something that they've done, that can be highly rewarding. So, say they have gotten to the point where they can pull the laces tight. What you would do then from that point is you would do the next step. So, you would get the shoe in this position and you would say, help me poke it through, and encourage them. You might have to shape their hand so that they have their pointer finger ready, and they're going to poke and pull it through. There again, it might be a lot of shaping. You might need to actually have it kind of started and then help guide their hand to poke and pull it through. And then lots of praise. Yay, great job. You did such a good job. I'm so proud of you. Okay, so then you're going to step it back by one step. So you would have the loop up. You would help them hold the lace and bring it round. Now that by this point, the child should know how to poke it through and pull it tight, and you give lots of praise. Great job. I'm so proud of you. Okay. So, that's how we would go about doing it, is each time they learn a step, you're going to back it back one step. So you're going to help make the loop and you're going to say, pinch it here. Okay. So they're going to learn to pinch it there. Then they already know the rest of the steps and they can be successful with lots of praise. Okay. So the next step is going to be teaching them how to pull this up. Then they know how to pinch it. They're going to bring it around, poke this through, pull it tight, because those steps they already know. Let's see. So, you're going to cross the laces and then show them, let them pull it under. Pull it tight. You should already know how to fold that up and pull it tight. Lots of praise. So I wanted to give a visual of how to break the different steps down. You may need to physically show them where their hands need to go. But if they've been getting praise through the whole process, and they know the steps that are after that step, I think there can be better participation by a lot of kids in learning to tie their shoes. Because just as we saw in my example, there are lots and lots of steps that we have to get in order. And that can be hard for kids who have difficulty planning motor movements, and kids who have some developmental delays. If you have any questions, you can always either call me or you can email me, and I will try and put that information either in a text or an email if you don't already have it. But thank you very much, and please have a good day. Thank you.